Maimer, Rebbe, Maimer in Torah Or. The opening verse was Tetzaveh. We mentioned that after the stage of Yisraelus, of awakening, of love, that we generated, it becomes a vessel, it is now ready to revelation of a greater Avo. So you developed Avo, and because of your work, you are now able to develop even a greater level. V'alois v'amshoch hasasimcha bo melamaylo. What is v'alois? Because we said Yahweh chavon hasaneos. The first step is he pales the candles, and the second step was uve'alois chavon hasaneos. So we have Yahweh and v'alois. So v'alois v'amshoch hasasimcha bo melamaylo. It's the drawdown of simcha that comes from above. It's the second step. La'alis is a nefesh u'lekoshu b'Elokim Chaim, to elevate the soul and to connect it with Elokim Chaim, with the living God. What is Elokim Chaim? Uchaya Chaim Baruch Hu is the source of life. Blessed be He. Mekor HaChaim, Mekor HaTanugim, the source of life, the source of all delights, source of all Tanugim. Shelamaylo Malam Ishtalshelus, a level that surpasses Ishtalshelus. Lemala Mechidesha Tuchal Nafshi says, even a level that his soul is incapable of handling. It's way too much. Tuchal says means that you are able to handle. So Lemala Mechidesha Tuchal Nafshi says higher than the soul can contain. V'yavas b'chomer decho. And this is the Ava that we mentioned in Kriyat Shema, b'chomer decho. Amizgala b'Kriyat Shema, which is revealed in Kriyat Shema. And this supernal love is revealed B'nefesh Adam, in the soul of man, when he says Kriyat Shema, b'chol meidecho, if he prepared himself to it, he can now handle b'chol meidecho, with all your might. The love that is generated from above, not with your work. You did your thing, and now, if you zocheh, if you merit, is a response from above, and that enables you to have b'chol meidecho, with all your might. In order to get to B'chol Meidecho, to help us to reach this level of B'chol Meidecho, with all your might, this arousal from above, the rabbis instituted Psukei de Zimra. Right? What is Psukei de Zimra? So it says, it's a pasuk in Tehillim that tells us they're praising Hashem with their throat, and then gives them a double-edged sword. The time of davening is a time of war. That's taken from the Zohar Chelek Gimel. He writes the time of praying is a time of war, a time of a battle. And what do you have to do? Psukei de Zimra is the preparation for the battle. Last is achona b'nefesh adam tchila. That's, first of all, a person has to prepare himself spiritually, to prepare himself. La'agber kach nafshoy al moinim u'me'akvim v'chutz. Mibaysim v'chutz. So what do you do in the army? Army finds out his weaker points, thinks that he is strong, thinks that he's weak. He's trying to strengthen them before he goes to war. If his air force is weak, so he's going to try to get more planes. If his armor is, the tanks are weak, he's going to try to get more tanks. Whatever area he feels that he is weak, he's going to strengthen that area. So we have to strengthen our nefesh before we're going into the war, before we go into the prayer. It's a time of war. So now, Maimer is going to explain the question that we asked in the beginning of the Maimer. Why does it say regarding Aaron me'erev ad boker, from evening till morning? V'zeu me'erev ad boker ki v'reisho chashuch havad al neiro shemir v'nafsho eiro v'simcho ba'avai me'at mitecha choshech. So it says the reason why it's written regarding Aaron me'erev ad boker, because it represents the difference between the times. There's different times, meaning the drawdown of godliness that is being done through Aaron to the soul of man, meaning the drawdown is being generated from Hashem, but Aaron is facilitating it, Aaron is the one that helps us get it. It depended on the war of davening, meaning what you're going to get and how and if. It's all depended on the davening. How you conducted your war, to overcome the darkness, to overcome all the things that are disturbing you from inside and outside. So he writes in the beginning, Bereisha Chashucha. First we have darkness, right? First you have to deal with the darkness. Only once you're successful with the preparation of Psukei de Zimra, you can come to V'hadar Neiro, you can come to afterwards his light. What is going to be revealed in his nefesh in the time of Kriyat Shema is Eiro v'simcha ba'avaya, to be joyful, to be happy. Aaron lit the menorah specifically with shemen zayis, with olive oil, but it says what type of olive oil? It was kosis, it was crushed oil, it was crushed, davko pressed, as the Rashi says, it's written in Mishnah in Eruvin, he would press the olives, and the first drop would be given to the menorah, and the rest of it would be given to the offerings, to the menachos, the fine flour offering, and so on. Why the avodah of Aaron is specifically through shemen zayis kosis? Why does it have to be crushed, pressed? So he's going to explain what is spiritually oil means. We learned, the Rebbe's Maimer also this concept that the olives, they have bitterness. As it's written in Tikkun Ezer, the pigeon, the dove, said to Hashem, I prefer that my food will be bitter as an olive, and I shouldn't be needing the favors of human beings. Better to have them bitter coming from Hashem than to have them from humans, and that they will be sweet from humans. You prefer to get it from Hashem and bitter. And also they said in the Gemara in Hayroyos, they said Sha'azayis meshakech talmud shalayin shana. The zayit causes a person to forget his learning of 70 years. The zayis is connected in its source to the world of shechicha, to a place of forgetfulness. Because it comes from the place of klippos. What is a klippa? A klippa is concealing. Which is connected to the body, to the animalistic soul, that is generated from klippas nega, as written in Tanya, umishcha dechavio, and as written in Tikkun Ezer, the serpent skin. So we have two things about the olive so far. We learned that it's bitter, and that's number one, a concept of bitterness, and number two is the inyan of shichicha, of forgetfulness. And this, since physically this is what it causes, or this is the flavor, and this is what the effect of eating olives, it says spiritually it shows that the root of the olives is also coming from the world of klippos, and that's why it leads to shichicha, to forgetfulness. And the same idea, the same concept is attributed to the klippa. What is the klippa? So, right, the klippa is the part that conceals kedusha. Anything that is holy, it conceals. As Paro said, Paro was the epitome of klippa, and he said, "Lo yadati esavai." I am not familiar with God. I don't know God.
He felt he was God, yeah.
Later he said that Li Oiri, I created myself, I created the Nile. Li Oiri v'ani asisini. So what does it represent by us, by men? The olive represents the body, the animalistic soul that are rooted from the klippas nega, from a place of noga, from a place that is mixed with good and bad. As the Zohar said, the goof is called mishcha dechavia. Now is going to explain the spiritual concept of oil that is created through pressing the olives. So we press the olives until we get oil out of it, which is the level of wisdom. It's written in Oiroyos, the same way that the olives are causing someone forgetfulness of 70 years, it causes you to remember if you put oil on it. It brings back the learning of 70 years. Why? What is wisdom? So it says in Torah Or, in Parshat Kedoshim, in Shir Hashirim, and other places, it's written that the Chokhmah is connected with Zikaron. Wisdom is connected with the Moyach HaZikaron, capability of remembering. It's written in Parshas Bay about the Zikaron Ben Necho, that they have the concept of Zikaron, of remembrance. So we see that the oil causes the opposite. Olive causes you to forget, and the oil causes you to retrieve the learning, to remember everything that was forgotten. So we see that oil is the inyan of Chokhmah, the opposite of Shekha. So what does it mean to press the olives in Avodas Hashem, in serving Hashem? Is the transformation of darkness, of forgetfulness. The opposite. Transforming darkness into zikaron, into remembrance. Shekha says, I'm distracted, interrupted from Kedusha. And Zikaron is the opposite, that he constantly remembers Hashem. And this is the preparation of Kriyat Shema, to remember. And how do we crush the olive? Obviously, in Avodah Sodom, not physically crushing the olive, in the service of Men V'inyan, K'tisha Zu, Ainu Le'yos V'Vechinas Iskafes Sitracha. What is K'tisha? What is the inyan of pressing the olives? Is the inyan of Iskafes Sitracha, is subjugating the other side. Alidei Le'she'eris Nachalosei, Shemesim Atzmei Keshirayim, as it says in Micha, the prophet Micha says, Mesim Atzmei Keshirayim, he considers himself like a leftover. So humbling one's spirit is the way, is the pathway to subjugate the other side, to subjugate the Sitra Acha. That's what subjugates all the desires of the other side. That he shouldn't have any desire for himself. Lehanes or lehenos, to have enjoyments. Ulisaneg v'sanug ibn Adam, to have the delights of humans in this world. He is not going to pursue them and not going to chase them whatsoever. Since he puts himself like a shiraim, like leftover. And for him he's like a leftover. And what is, and he's considered things as moisoris. Moisoris meaning that they are extra, they are not needed. As if he doesn't need them whatsoever. As if he has no connection with this world. He's not interested, not in this world and not in the world to come. A famous saying, who is in the heavens, who is in the earth, all of it is only an extension of Hashem. And the Alter Rebbe mentioned many times, his true will is to connect with Hashem himself. It's written in Micha, Yaakov, the remnants of Yaakov is in the Goyim, is in the nation, is can be found around within the nations. And it continues there. In you raise your hand on those who those who are giving you trouble, and all your enemies will be uprooted, will be obliterated. What is the Bechina of Sheris Yaakov? Sheris Yaakov is the level that he puts himself, he humbles himself, and he considers himself like Shiraim. He considers himself like a leftover. Is the one, because of that, is capable of uprooting, of destroying the enemy. As we mentioned before, praising Hashem through Psukei de Zimra and contemplating on it, it's the tool, it's handing a double-edged sword in your hand. Right now is revealing the infinite light of Hashem upon his soul. But if the person is the opposite, what's the opposite of Shiraim? Yesh. So if he's in the state of Yesh, he's very focused on himself and his needs and his desires, his wishes, then what happens? Then we're not capable of being in the same place. And when is it, where the Ein Sof is revealed? The Ein Sof is revealed only in someone that is batel, someone that is nullified. What time is it? My watch.
6:15.